Hey, how's it going, everyone? I hope you're having a great day wherever you are. Today I have a very special lesson planned. This lesson is the 5 tips that I have to help you improve your English faster. All of these tips are very easy to do. They're free or really inexpensive, and I truly think that if you follow these, you will be very happy with how much your English improves. Let's go ahead and start.
The first tip I have for you is to study a little bit every day. If you really want your English to get better, then it is so important to practice English every day, even if it's only for 15 minutes. I'm sure you have a busy life and don't have the time to study for 3 or 4 hours each day. So here are a few ways you can study that really don't add any time to your day. First, if you have a long drive to work, you can listen to English talk shows or videos. If you live in a big city and ride a subway, then that's even better because then you can watch the videos as well. You can also do this while you get ready in the morning, or while you have dinner, or maybe while you're getting ready for bed. And then at night, when you're in bed but you haven't fallen asleep yet, think about what you did that day in English and imagine explaining to someone in English the details of your day. If that's a little bit too easy, then maybe try a more challenging topic. I'll have some more ideas for that later. And then last, it's always good to try to learn a few new words every week. Learning 5 to 10 new words per week, it won't take very much time, but if you start doing that now, and you learn maybe 7 or 8 words every week, in 6 months, you will have really expanded your vocabulary. Okay, the second tip I have for you is to practice speaking and writing even if you're alone. Many students that study by themselves only read or listen to English, so they can understand English well, but it's really difficult for them to express their own thoughts in English. Maybe you feel that way right now. So obviously it is best to practice speaking and writing with other people, but practicing by yourself is still much better than not practicing at all. So here are a few ideas on ways you can practice speaking and writing when you don't have another person there with you. One, like I said earlier, is to just think about what you did that day and practice writing or explaining it all in English. You can also think about a conversation you had recently. Maybe this was at work or with a friend. Try to write or say that same conversation in English. You can do that same thing with any books, articles, movies, TV shows, anything that you've watched or read recently. Practice summarizing it in English and then maybe give your opinion on it. You can also do this with any book, article, movie, TV show, anything that you've watched or read recently. You can practice summarizing it in English and then maybe give your opinion on it. And then finally, try explaining your job and the things that you do at your job in English. If you're a student, explain what you're studying in English. Okay, this next tip is really important. Following a lesson structure will definitely help you improve faster than just watching random videos without really having a plan. Imagine this. Imagine 2 people both wanted to get stronger. The first person goes to the gym and they just do whatever random exercises they feel like doing that day and just ate random food that they thought was healthy, but they didn't follow a plan. They weren't organized and they didn't really track or measure anything. Now the second person follows an organized workout and diet plan, and they make sure that they track all of their progress. In 6 months, Which person do you think will have gotten stronger? Honestly, learning English is no different. That's why on my channel I have organized lessons and video series that you can follow over time. I've also made a video about 3 great free English websites with tons of organized lessons. If you haven't seen that video, here's a link for it now. I also have a link in the description of this video. So if you haven't seen it, make sure to check that out after this. Anyway, here are a few other tips for having good lesson plans. 1, it can be kind of hard to just improve all areas of English at once. Maybe try picking a certain area of English you want to improve on and focus on that for a few weeks. For example, if you're having a hard time understanding English speakers, focus on listening. Or if you aren't a great writer, spend a few weeks really practicing your writing in English. And then once you've made some improvements, choose a new area of English to focus on. At the very least, you want to have a plan for when you study English. Don't just search for random articles or YouTube videos. Know what you're doing. Know what you're trying to improve on that day. Okay, now my 4th tip for you guys is to listen and speak to native English speakers as often as you can. English textbooks and English learning materials, these are great for when you're a beginner, but the truth is people don't really talk like that in English. People speak in short sentence fragments. Sometimes they speak really quickly and they use filler words like and They also even make mistakes sometimes. I know I make mistakes. It's important to be familiar with this so you can understand real English speakers and have real English conversations. Okay, now the last tip I have for you guys is just to have fun and stay motivated. I know that can be tough. Learning English can be super frustrating and even discouraging sometimes, but don't give up. Here are a few tips I have to help make learning more fun and more motivating. The first tip is to find articles and stories about topics that you're interested in. Those 3 websites that I mentioned earlier, those are great because they organize their lesson material by topic and by difficulty level. So it should be pretty easy to find things that you're interested in there. When you're interested in something, you naturally pay more attention and you'll be more motivated. So over time, you'll learn more. Number 2 and 3 are a little bit related, but find a friend to learn with you, or even better, make friends with a native speaker. And then it's always great to find places near you where you can use English. These could be meetups, language exchanges, social clubs. The point here is, don't just sit alone in your room studying all day. Try to create opportunities to get out and practice English in public with real people. I know this can be scary and intimidating, especially if you're a beginner, but when you add this social element to learning, when you're making new connections and having new experiences while you learn English, it will be so much more fun and so much more motivating to learn. And then finally, when all else fails, remember why you're studying. Think of all the awesome opportunities that you will have in life if you become a fluent English speaker. You'll be able to meet more people, enjoy traveling more, maybe even live or get a job in another country. Learning English can truly change your life. So the next time you feel unmotivated to study, just think of how awesome your life will be if you can learn English.
All right, guys, so there you have it. My 5 tips to help you learn English faster. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something, and I hope that you are motivated and excited to continue learning English. If you have a question, you can leave it in the comments. And as always, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. I will really, really appreciate it. I have new lessons coming out every week. Subscribe and keep learning more. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.